Welcome to the training site for the higher level of DAERA's environmental farming scheme. This is part of a series of online training modules. This training is part of a series relating to capital items. Please note that capital items may be referred to as non-productive investments or NPIs. This training covers deer fence. The NPI code for this is given in brackets. For the training, you will need to watch this video and then answer correctly a number of questions on the subject matter. Further details about the environmental farming scheme, including the information sheets for each option and capital item, are available on the DAERA website. This video takes you through what you need to know and to do for this capital item. It covers the aim of the item and the amount that is to be completed. It tells you of certain things that you must do and gives you the specification for the fence. It outlines your responsibilities for record keeping, and then gives you information about the type of checks that DAERA will carry out on the work, and finishes up by reminding you of the payment rate for this capital item. The aim of the item is to facilitate the remedial management of the environmental farming scheme higher sites and contribute to the protection of soil and water quality. The amount of this capital item is as detailed in the agreement and is the maximum amount that may be completed and claimed. Please check the detail of each management unit, as there may be separate amounts of deer fence applicable to more than one management unit. Regarding the location, please consult your site-specific remedial management plan and map for details of the location where the DEF must be carried out. To view your map, log on to DAERA Online Services, then select EFS, and then select EFS Hire Agreement. Scroll to the end of your scheme agreement documentation and you will find the Download Site-Specific Remedial Management Plan Map facility. When you press the Download the Map button, you will then be able to view each of your scheme fields in detail. The location of this NPI will be denoted by a line and the abbreviation DEF. This capital item is established in year 1 of the agreement and must be retained and maintained in the same area for the duration of the EFS agreement. You must adhere to the scheme requirements and controls and to the specification as detailed in the capital item information sheets, and these are summarised here and in the next few slides. The fence must be erected by the end of year 1 of the agreement. All the existing fence material must be removed first. Only new materials must be used, and the claimed length must be erected in the correct location in the field or fields where it is approved. The fence must be erected to the specification, and this will be covered in the next few slides, and also field records must be kept detailing the location, the length, and the date or dates the fencing was erected. Regarding the specification, the deer fence must be erected to British Standard 1722-2 bar 2006 standard as indicated. The minimum overall height must be at least 1.8 metres from the ground to the top of the wire, and the maximum mesh size is 200 millimetres by 220 millimeters. The deer fence must use galvanized woven high tensile mild steel or welded rectangular mesh. Straining posts must be equivalent in strength and durability to 125mm top diameter round timber. The fence must have straining posts set at centres not exceeding 100 metres or at each change in gradient or direction. The struts must be equivalent in strength and durability to 73mm top diameter round timber, and the struts must be mortised into the straining post. The intermediate posts must be equivalent in strength and durability to 73mm top diameter round timber and set at centres not exceeding 10 metres. The posts must be free of bark and be tannalised or treated with an approved preservative. The fence must be properly strained and secured to posts with galvanized staples, and it must be erected as detailed in the site-specific remedial management plan. As part of the scheme requirements and controls, you must keep records of scheme activities. You must keep records at management unit level and for each year of the works undertaken. You may use the format shown here, which is available on the DAERA website, or you may prefer to use your own format to record the required information. Please see the separate training module on record keeping for more information to help you with this aspect of the scheme. DAERA will undertake certain checks to verify that the works proposed and paid for have been completed and are to the required standard. The checks that DAERA undertake will include office-based administrative checks. Secondly, technologically based checks such as control with remote sensing. And finally, on-site checks such as rapid field visits or on-the-spot checks. The range of checks for this capital item will be based on the requirements and controls as detailed in the information sheet. Some of the checks that may be carried out are summarised in the next few slides. DAERA will check that the fence is erected by the end of year 1 of the agreement. They will check that all existing fence material has been removed before the deer fence has been erected. They'll check that only new materials are used, and they will check that the claimed length is erected in the correct location in the field or fields where it has been approved. Other checks will be that the fence is erected to specification as detailed in the earlier slides, and also that field records detailing the location, the length and the date or dates the fencing are erected. The payment rate for this capital item is £8.50 per metre. As we come to the end of this training, this is the final slide, and it reminds you of a number of things that you need to do next. First of all, you must now complete the questions for this capital item. These follow the video on the lesson site. It's essential that you do this so as to register that your training on this capital item is complete. Secondly, you should read the information sheet that relates to this capital item. Thirdly, you should consult your site-specific remedial management plan and map. And fourthly, you may well have training for other options or capital items, and this should also be completed. The links to this training are on the dashboard of your Moodle site.